Hi, how are you? It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
How are things with you? How's school? How's life?
It's good. It's right now everything is just kind of chaotic. We just got done with final exams and I'm just relieved because now I have a lot of time in my hands to
Oh, that's awesome.
just
That's
do whatever I
awesome.
can, yeah.
That's so good. I'm so proud. Um, so let's talk about your new EP, Myths. Let's talk about how that process was for you. How did you feel? What inspired you to write the songs? And it's been going so well. I love the songs, and let's talk about it.
So myths, that's a very weird name, I guess, to call it. When I was doing myth, I actually had another group of songs I had in store, and this was before summer break had started. And eventually I ended up scrapping those songs and starting fresh again with new songs because I just felt like it wasn't going to be seasonal. I'm a very timely person, and so every song I put out, I like to make it seem like it fits within the season. And so the season we were going in at the time was fall, and so I was like, the songs I have right now don't fit the vibe that isn't
It's very folky,
very folky.
very folky, very cool.
Very cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I just felt like it wasn't gonna fit the vibe, and so I scrapped those songs, and I ended up making new songs, and eventually it was gonna be three songs. Reminisce, which is the last song on the EP, was not gonna be on it. It barely made the cut, but eventually I ended up making four group new songs, and I ended up making this EP that was gonna eventually make it into what it would become Myths. And over time, it just really took a flow. And I put myself really in this situation, almost like an alter ego that I put myself in. Someone who lost someone and the process they went through of losing someone, and you can kind of hear it within that album. It's almost an emotional roller coaster.
Emotional roller coaster. Yeah, I noticed that, and it was so deep and so well written, so emotional. Um, how, I mean, what came to mind as you were writing the songs? Like, how did you come up? Like, because you're telling a story. How was that?
It was difficult. It was difficult because I had never put songs out before.
Right.
This is something I've wanted to do since I was young. And so me not putting any songs out, it was almost like a challenge for me. I had to really dive deep within my songwriting skills, which is something I never had done before. And someone who I got paired up with at the time, who was Jamie Floyd, a Nashville singer-songwriter, she was the one who really, really pushed my pen game into creating art. And so the process of that, my goal when writing this EP was really make it focus so much on the songwriting opposed to the music. And you can kind of hear that besides Lost Somebody, with the other singles on the EP, you can kind of hear there's not a lot of heavy production on it. It's really just the piano. And really, I really wanted people to focus on my lyrics instead of like the production behind it.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. And what was it like working with Jamie? You know, she's from Nashville, she's from that area. What was it like working with a songwriter who, is experienced in music?
It was awesome. It was awesome because this was the first time I had actually worked with someone that is within the music industry. And so working with her was not only honorable, but it was inspirational. She guided me throughout this process of creating this EP. And her influence is something that I tried to implement within the EP because my songwriting skills is some ideas that I got from her. So I give her a lot of credit also on this EP, yeah.
So, what's for the future? I know that you have some projects coming up. Any more music that you're gonna release?
Definitely, definitely. There will be more music. I will definitely be trying to dive into a different sound though, and leaving behind this whole kind of like
A new era.
a new era, a new era. Yes, yes, a new era, and it'll be similar to this. Going back to Myths, when I was doing the process of it, the first thing I thought was I want to do a rollout, a proper rollout. I want to do the rollout that has been done by artists in the past who have inspired me. And so I did that by creating the singles first, and then dropping the lead single, and then promoting it, going out and promoting it, and then eventually dropping the EP. And so that's something that I want to do within my next project that I end up releasing.
That's awesome.
A proper rollout.
Thank you so much for taking your time to come speak to me. You are amazing as always. Have a nice night.
Thank you, and I hope you also have a great day. Thank you for having me.